Hi there, Sandra here from createinspain. It isn't often that I buy something on Amazon which is not as advertised and still want to have it anyway. Usually if it's not as advertised, it gets sent back. And if something isn't as advertised, I generally do not recommend that you buy it. This is an exception. Right. Before you think, what on earth is she talking about? Let me explain. I wanted some metallic permanent markers. I have a set of 6, but I really wanted more of them. And I saw a set of 36 metallic markers advertised on Amazon. Moreover, they have a slim body, which means that I could use them in my ScanNCut. And this is what I really wanted to be able to do. So I got them the other day and I opened it up and I thought, those look quite nice. And then I set about doing some colour swatches and I was happily swatching away and I suddenly thought, hey, hang on, these aren't metallic. And I swatched, and out of all 36, there's only 2 metallics in there. There is a gold one and a silver one, and those are fine, they are metallics. Yes, I agree, totally. The problem is that there's not 36 metallics, which the first page of the advert on Amazon definitely implied there was. So I dug out the Amazon link again and I looked at it, and sure enough, the first page, 36 metallic markers. And then I looked at one of the other photographs that they provide you with, and it said 12 of them are metallic. And I thought, well, that's a bit naughty, not having that on the first page. But regardless, 12 of these are not metallic, only 2 of them are. So that definitely wasn't quite right. Now, these markers didn't cost me much. I think they were like €9 something or other. And that was including the delivery. So, for 36 markers, I thought, oh, okay, not bad. So the next thing is, after swatching them, it suddenly occurred to me that these were marketed as permanent markers, and this says gouache colour. Now, gouache is not permanent, so I was thinking, okay, they've slipped up again, and they have slipped up. So they are permanent if you put them on paper, as I've done here. You can take some water, nothing happens, fine. Right. I have here some swatches which I've done on a piece of tile. Now, the blurb on this set of markers says that they are resistant to water, they're permanent, and you can use them on multiple surfaces. If I get water here, pick a dark colour, whoops, that's completely gone. They are definitely not water resistant or permanent when it comes to being on a non-absorbent surface. So after all this, you're probably thinking, well, why don't you just send the things back? Aha, there is a method to my madness, there is, honestly. What they will do, and they do very well, is writing on plastic without beading up. Let me just get a few different colours out so that you can see. I'll choose some relatively bright colours. So, like so. Okay, so they're very nicely opaque, great coverage, and unlike a normal water-based marker, they don't bead up and disappear. Okay. However, if I was to rub that with my finger, it's going to come off. It dries and it doesn't come off quite as easily as that when it's dried, but it will still rub off. I did these yesterday. And they would still rub off. They're resistant to rubbing off in some cases, some more than others, but they will come off. And certainly if I was to get a wet cloth, that's it, they're gone. Okay. So you're probably thinking, well, if they don't stay put, why on earth would you want them? And there's a really good reason for this. I wanted some pens that would allow me in my ScanNCut to draw on plastic and other non-absorbent surfaces, because if you do things like making acrylic keychains, for example, do you get where I'm coming from now? You can actually draw directly on the back of your acrylic chain, whatever design you fancy, and then when you back it with a piece of vinyl, it's locked in place, all done, no problem whatsoever, and it's easy to do. So that is why I wanted it to be able to draw on plastic in particular. It will come in handy being able to have opaque colours on a dark card, but that's what I really wanted it to do. So that is why these particular pens are not being sent back from whence they came. So unusual though it is for me to show you something which does not live up to its hype, I still quite like them. And for the amount of money I paid, they're pretty good value regardless. There we go, that's the small barrel holder. That holds in there quite nicely, pretty much as I thought. So, very handy to know that you can do that. The other thing that you can do if you want to, and I don't know why you might want to, but you might, if you write on the inside of a laminating folder and then you heat it, the heat sets the ink. So this is a normal watercolour type pen, which is very transparent, and this is the opaque version with the pens I've just shown you. And that's not coming off because the heat has melted all the glue on here and it is now permanently there. Okay, that's it for the moment. I will see you again soon, and if I can find an appropriate link, I'll put one down below. But these are definitely not what I would class as permanent, and only 2 of them are metallic. Thanks for watching. Take care now.